8:07 here in the River Cities. Beautiful blue sky and sun-filled morning. At 8:20, we are joined now in the studio by Andy Sokolovich from the Clinton Regional Development Corporation. Andy, how are you?
Good, sir. How you doing?
Good, man. Doing
Weather's nice. It's
Yeah.
getting warmer.
How about
Snow's
that?
melting. You got a new truck. It's awesome.
The only bad thing is the snow melts. All the gravel has disappeared from our lot.
Yeah.
It's in a big pile over here by the dumpster where I've been plowing in that direction. So it's turned into a mudslide down the driveway.
Yeah, but
So
you're
it's
losing a bit of weight. You're looking to exercise. You can go out there.
That
and
just means it doesn't hurt as bad when I
fill
fall.
in, yeah. No, thanks so much for having me again. Andy Sokolovich from the Clinton Regional Development Corporation. We are a 501c4 nonprofit organization that focuses on economic development in and around Clinton County. We also cover portions of Whiteside County in Illinois as well. I'm excited today because I'm joined by Andrew Naeve of Naeve Family Beef. If you haven't been on social media, if you had your head in the sand or you live in a cave, then you Naeve Family Beef. Andrew, thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah. For many, many years.
Business. Tell us a little bit about what you do currently and what your expectations are for your new operation in Comanche, Iowa.
Sure. So we're a sixth-generation family farm out there by Andover. The original family farm was bought in 1895 and been in the family ever since. My grandfather Alan and my dad Ray started the more intense cattle feeding in 1978. It's known as Naeve Livestock Farms. And just focusing on, producing a better beef product and feeding routine to produce the top end beef. And in 1994, my uncle came back to the operation, and with my dad and grandpa started Naeve Inc., our trucking company, to help supplement, the farming operation. And then Russ, who was my uncle, passed away unexpectedly in 2014. I kind of took it over, but we moved away from a lot of agricultural hauling, and so now you see our and we're excited. We know we've had a good beef product to be able to have a branded product and sell it in our community, but it's very cost prohibitive to set up a facility like this. And after one, we'll be able to kill and process our and sell right out the plant to people looking for locally raised
That's
and
what I'm
processed
excited
beef.
about right there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
One exciting thing about our operation with the crops we have, 72% of our feed to our cattle comes right off our own land, right out in Andover. So that's a very high number compared to most producers. And then, what we can't retail ourselves, we're hoping to partner with local grocery stores, restaurants, and local distributors. So
People want to know where their beef's sourced from, right?
That's become a real big deal in the last few years.
Yeah, extreme. With it. I think, tell me a little bit during COVID. I mean, we just go to the grocery store, where it comes from, how it's harvested. But tell us a little bit about the pandemic and how that affected your operation and a boutique processing facility to Comanche, Iowa.
yeah, so it really started, like I said, we thought about it for a long time. This wasn't the reason that we started it, but it actually goes back, for those in the cattle industry, about 18 months ago. or a little more when there was a plant fire out in Kansas, and cut down the capacity of the larger packers by quite a bit, and then they skyrocketed the price of meat while simultaneously driving down the price of low cattle, of fat cattle, and really, really punishing farmers for no good reason. And then we finally kind of rebounded from that till last year at this time, and then, as we all know, it happened again with COVID. And
the tipping on the edge of what's going on in agriculture. I'm so and what you're trying to do for our community is really top notch and unmatched. That's why I want to thank you so much for agreeing to stay within Clinton County, because your operation, you're all over the place, right? You're just not in Andover.
yeah, we do have some locations, in the southeast in Kentucky, and some in the middle south, Oklahoma area. Yep, we do a little bit of stuff down there. But like I said, we've been here since 1895. We have no, not even considered moving anywhere else. I brought my wife in from Philly, similar to Andy here, and
she an Eagles fan?
Eagles fan indeed.
No!
Unfortunately, my kids wear Eagles jerseys. It just makes me cringe.
Oh,
How are you allowing this?
I shouldn't. Come
out of the will right now.
So I'm actually a Buffalo Bills fan. So this is about my biggest heyday since 1994, right? So I don't.
Such a headache.
But-
Bills and Eagles.
But yeah, we had from the start of, and particularly closer yet, and fortunately we came
across from TMK ISCO plant in Comanche. I know one of
in the industry is that the working conditions aren't known to be the best for the employees. And one thing we're going to be able to do right out the gate with a new facility is make sure that it's plenty of space, especially taking into account COVID. That's a big thing now, but making sure there's plenty of space so that people aren't crammed together. And then the whole facility will be climate controlled. And a lot of the bigger, older plants, that isn't the case. And so that makes for really tough working conditions in summer months, or as we had the 2 weeks there in February, those brutally cold days. So it's designed with that in mind, to try to draw in employees into a great working environment. Plus, in our experience with our trucking company and farm, we really treat our employees like we think of them as family. We have people that have worked with us for 20 some years in the trucking company, and people on the farm been with us over 30 years. So when
Now, you'll be hiring just shy of 50 individuals. So, Chris, you and I have within the greater Clinton region. Again, you're living in a cave or hiding your head under the. In the future, you'll be hiring.
So fairly soon on the of the practice, so I will oversee Ray and I, and my is also a big part of this, and we'll oversee the operation, but we will hire, a daily manager that's got a lot more experience in brief processing than we do. So probably pretty soon on that front, and then, we hope to break ground here as soon as the weather and ground is fit, and the build out will be, 9 months to a year, and so probably, we're talking first of the year or a little after, and probably a couple months out from that, we'll really be on a hiring push.
Perfect. This is great stuff. I mean, the Clinton region, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the Clinton Regional Development Corporation, the City of Clinton, and all of Clinton County have been recognized recently by Site Selection Magazine as the #1 community per capita for growth in 2020. So that's huge for us along the entire Mississippi corridor. I mean, we're a community 7 rock star projects, and actually Andrews falls into 2021, but we've been kind of kicking butt and taking names, and it's exciting to see these projects within the greater Clinton region where people want to come here, they want to plant their flag. Great place to do that, and what better place to buy up and running. So thank you for the retail option, because I'm psyched about that.
Summer of 2022, we'll just have like the Naeve smoke rolling around the neighborhood as people are grilling out the beef. I'm so excited. I that's huge. I mean, that is really huge. And I've known Andrew for a few years. You guys are a quality family, quality organization. I live in Teeds, so I'm very familiar with the Naeve trucks.
When you live in Teeds Grove, you don't even have to say Grove, you just say Teeds.
Hey, that's when you're from there. That's what we're known as Teeds.
Teeds, you're from Teeds. You know, you got Brian out there. You got Andover. We're quite a strong little group out there.
Yeah, heck yeah, we can take on anybody.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, do you have anything else you want to add to or share with our listeners
real quick,
before we close this up?
Is it going to be a network you're going to be bringing in?
Yes. So, you know, to build up to a branded, the concept have a branded behind it is there's nowhere to do that now that's cost effective, or you can get the space, because the big packer will charge you an exorbitant amount or require you to have an extremely high minimum head supply for them to justify doing it. And so since we've basically, well before we announced the project, researching it, we've been kind of bombarded with people with branded products. Hey, if you get this going, let us know. We want in.
Sure.
So we'll do that, supplement that in there at first, you know, as we build that branded product. But we hope to very quickly, you know, be able to be selling retail product right out the door from local people. So it does differentiate from our local small locker. You know, they can do 1 to 5 head a day. This, you know, will probably require 5 to 10 as the minimum, and then doing 50 total a day.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a great question.
Hey, that's why I sit on this side.
Thinking about we were talking about the tomahawk steak before we that the community needs, and thank you for your investment so much in the greater Clinton region.
Me and you, it's a project to Andrews, and then Trevor down
That
there.
scares me. Man, nothing good can come out of that right there.
Yeah, and so it's been a great process. Going to be fully USDA inspected, and you know, we see potential for great partnerships. Harder for them to get it, and this would be hopefully a spot that they can get it and sell it local. So,
no doubt,
super excited.
Great news all around, Chris. As always, I appreciate you allowing us to come on to your station every Wednesday at 8:15 ish.
Now next Wednesday,
we're going to be featuring Daniel Meyer. Daniel, the rock star guy. He is the president of Spiber America LLC. If, again, you heard news, Spiber is coming to Clinton. They're doing some great things with brewed proteins and synthetic Spiber silks. They'll be partnering with Archer Daniels Midland here in the community, bringing a really top-notch advanced operation here. He's probably going to be using words that Chris, you and I don't even understand.
Idea.
Wicked smart kid, wicked smart kid. But he'll be here.
And what magazine was that?
Site Selection Magazine.
Yeah.
So it's a national publication.
Yeah, I read the article. I just couldn't remember what the magazine was. 8:35 here on MAC 94.7. Crew, join us again next Wednesday, and we'll be chatting about Clinton Regional Development Corporation. Again, a big thanks to Andrew Naeve and Andy Sokolovich for coming by. It's 8:35. More music.